What's up, team? Getting back into it. Today's video is going to be covering advanced mechanics in the game. First move, pretty simple. I'll show you it, then I'll explain it. So with this move, you can do it in any direction. You can pop it to the front, back, right, left. Essentially what you're doing is you're chopping the ball to get it away from you, and then as you get closer, go into your defensive stance. Main thing to focus on here is you're holding the defensive stance the entire time. You're not letting go of the trigger, and then you're pushing the stick in the direction of the ball and spamming A. So you're here and you just spam A over and over again. Again, that's defensive stance. Hold the trigger the entire time. That's one thing people weren't doing, and they were letting go of the ball, not getting back to it. But you can do this. So the chop is just to get the ball away from you. You can do this from a loose ball. So say the ball's over here, you can run up to the ball, and as long as you time it well, there it is, you can do it again. So the chop is just to get the ball away from you while you have full possession of the ball. You can also do this behind you, to the side, and you can change direction with it. So you can initially start with the ball off to the right side and then move it to the left side. The way you do this is you're timing it where when you have the ball, when you're double touching out to the ball, that's when you change your direction. If you change direction while the ball's off to the side, obviously you're going to run away from the ball. There's just an example of something you could do to kind of throw that move into the mix because you're able to change direction so rapidly. I think it's a nice forward momentum move. Obviously, you can get creative with it, but I do think that it'll be pretty effective when you're moving forward on a keeper. Moving on to the next mechanic. What you're doing is toe flick backwards, sprinting back to the ball, and turning around as you're coming in contact with the ball. What I want to focus on here is the fact that after you start your sprint, you're not pushing anything to get the ball to go forward. It's not X, it's not A, you're not doing anything. It's simply just the fact that you're turning around and running into the ball. You don't have to press anything. To run this move, what you do is toe flick backwards, and then sprint is pretty early on. Like, you don't want to delay your sprint too much, but you don't want to do it too early or it just won't work. So you're sprinting backwards and then turning around into the ball, which projects the ball forwards. So it'd be a good move to bait out the defender, or just getting away from people. Like, you could be in midfield and wanting to create space. It's a good way to kind of throw people off. It's faster than another flick or chopping it, things like that. So it's just a really quick way to gain space. Moving on to the more advanced section of this is you utilize that move, but as the ball's hitting your head, press pass, or you can chip it even, and this will suction you into the ball. So toe flick, sprint back as you're catching the ball on your head, press X. So what this does is absolutely rockets you towards the ball again. You close the distance on the ball, but you're also able to pass directionally. You can chip it however you want to use the move. You can, because of the fact that it seems a lot of people are pretty proficient as goalkeepers. It's hard to score just a straight up shot. So you do have to get creative. You have to get them to move. You can't just take shots. If I'm here and I take a corner shot, most likely that's getting saved. So it's nice to move in on them, pull them out, gain a little bit of space, to where they're outside of the box more. But with that being said, you can move it into chip shots, go off the backboard with it, however you want to do it. So moving on to some tips that aren't necessarily insane mechanics, but it's something that can kind of level up your game here. So obviously we all know we can pass off the wall to ourselves. Something that is nice is chip off the wall and then header to mid. To give some context here, it is a little bit easier if you don't go power chip. Now, if you're all the way out here and you want to power chip it to yourself, that totally makes sense. But when you're close on the wall, you're running defender here, it's easier to go a little bit closer off the wall and then chip it mid. You can also score from this, so you can pass it out and then shoot it on frame. What what I've been doing to kind of amp it up, because to give you guys a little bit of an idea, when you're down in this corner, you're going to be slide tackle on slide tackle on slide tackle. People are absolutely just kamikazing you when you're down in this corner. So a way that I've been practicing this move is chipping it off of the left side and then chipping it forward, header forward, I should say, and then shot. So what I'm doing here is going into your skill stance. You take one dribble forward, so you press A one time, one dribble forward, and then immediately turn your left stick away. You pull down on the left stick and press shoot. So to show you what that looks like in slow motion, one thing I want to mention is you do have to hold the skill stance the entire time. In this game, we're reading body language so much, we're looking for what that person's doing before it's done so we can get a good read on it. This helps you basically manipulate that and take shots and put people off, make it awkward for them because they're thinking you're turning around passing back or something along those lines. If you're the goalkeeper and you've got the ball dropped, it's going to be confusing when you see people do this move. It's not going to look normal. They're probably going to pull in thinking that you're going to bank it because of the animation, thinking you're going to bank it off this wall off to the right hand side. So really good move, really simple, something just to practice, but it is easy. Hope you guys enjoyed the content. Hope that you guys can take something from this and apply it out on the pitch. As always, like, subscribe, comment. Definitely comment. I want to know what you guys are doing out there. I want to know what weird things you guys have figured out. Also, thinking of names for these. It's a chance to get involved. This game's really, really early, so right now's the time to kind of pioneer the game a little bit and get ahead of everybody who's going to be coming in when the game fully releases. So enjoyed showing you guys this stuff. Hopefully you take something from it. Have a good rest of your day, guys. I'll see you in the next one.